The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, Longman Simplified English Series, read by Sirinthip Pengprasittipong. Chapter 28. The thatcher found. Within a few minutes the news had appeared, as a dozen boats full of men were on their way to the cave, and the ferry boat, well filled with passengers, soon followed. Tom went into the thatcher boat. When the cave door was unlocked, a sorrowful sight. Peasants in sail, Redskin Joe lay still upon the crowded. He had died of hunger. His face was close to the crack of the door, as if his longing eyes had been fixed to the last moment upon the light of the free woods outside. Usually, one could find half a dozen bits of candlestick by tourists in the crack of the walls of the first chamber, but now there were none. The prisoner has searched for them and eaten them. He has also managed to catch a few bats, and this also he has eaten, leaving only their crown. Tom was sorry for him, for he knew from his own experience how this unfortunate man had suffered. But although they paid him, it was a great relief the boy to feel safe again. Redskin Joe was burned near 2 months of the cave. The morning after the funeral, Tom took Huck aside to have an important talk. Huck had learned all about Tom's adventure, for the watchman and the window dark glass. By this time, Huck described his entire adventure on Cardiff Hill, for Tom has only heard the romance part of it. "Well," said Huck finally, "I expect that the money in the box had gone from number 2. It'll never be ours, Tom." "Huck, that money never went in number 2 at the inn." "What?" Huck gasped, keenly at the companion. "Tom, have you got on the track of it again?" "Huck, in it cave?" Huck eyes burst. "Say that again, Tom. The money in the cave? Will you go with me and get it out?" "Of course I will. But what made you think that the money is?" "Huck, just wait until we get there. If we don't find it, I'll give you everything I got in the world." "Is it far in the cave?" "It's been on my legs a few days, but I don't think I could walk more than a mile." "Huck, I'll take you there and back in a boat, and you needn't raise a finger." "Let's start now, Tom." "All right. We want some bits and meat and our pip, and a few bags, and 2 or 3 kite strings, and some of those new things they are matches." At noon the boys set out in the boat borrowed from a village who was absent. When they were several miles below Cave Village, Tom said, "Can you see that white place up there? Well, there's been a landslide." "Well, that's where the hole is." They landed, and Tom proudly marched into same thick bus and said, "Here it is, the fin hole, the county." I always want to be robber up. I knew I had to save something like his word. We'll keep it a secret, and tell only Joe Harper and Ben Roger, because of course there must be a gang for style. Tom Sawyer gang? It sounds plain, doesn't it, Huck? "It does, Tom." "And whom shall we rob?" "Oh, almost anybody. We all lie in the way for people, as robbers usually do, and kill them. No, not always. We all hide them in the cave till they can pay a ransom." "What a ransom?" "Money. You make them get all they can from their friends, and after you keep them yes, you kill. If they haven't called money, only you don't kill 2 women. They are always beautiful, and these are threatened to this. You take their watch as jewelry, but you always take your hat off and talk politely. Robbers and perfect gentlemen, you all see that in any book. Why, it's grand, Tom! I believe it's even better than being a pirate. Yes, it's better in some way, because it's close to home, and circus and things. The boy then entered the hall, Tom leading. They called to the farther end of the passage, my dad can sing first and move on. They presently enter and follow Tom other passage until they reach the pit. The cattle revealed that it was only a steep slope 20 or 30 feet deep. Tom held up his cattle and said, "Look as far round the corner as you can. Do you see that? There, on the big rock over there, done with cattle smoke. Tom is across. Now we have found the real number 2 at last, under the cross." "Oh, that's just where a sound Redskin Joe hold up his cattle." Huck stared at the miserable sight for a time, and then said a shaking voice, "Tom, let's get out of here." "What? And leave the treasure?" "Yes, leave it. Redskin Joe goes is hanging about there." "I'm certain." "No, it isn't, Huck. It would hunt the place where he died at the mouth of the cave 5 miles from here." "No, Tom, it wouldn't." Tom, it wouldn't. It would hang round the money. I know his way of guess, and so do you. That began in Tom's mind. Then an idea occurred to him. "Look here, Huck, wood fools. We are making ourselves Redskin Joe. Got one came there across. Tom, I didn't think of that. That's lucky for us. Let's hunt for the box that went first, cutting round step in the cave slope as he descended. Huck followed. 4 passages opened out of the small cave in which the great rock stood. The boy examined them with no result. They found a corner in the one nearest the base of the rock with some magnet pin in it, but there was no money box. They searched and researched the place, but it went. "He said under the coat," said Tom, "where the rock is under the coat, and the money can be under the rock itself because that's resting solely on the ground." They set down this courage. Huck could suggest nothing. "Look there, Huck," said Tom at last. "There are footprints and some cadence gates on the about on side of the rock, but not on the other side. Now what does that mean? I bet you the money is under the rock. I'm going to dig in the clay." "It's not a bad idea, Tom," said Huck, butting up. Tom leaped out at once, and he had not dug for ancient before the stuck wood. Some bones were soon uncovered and removed. They had hidden a natural hole which leads under the rock. Tom got into and held his cattle as far under the rock as he could, but said that he could not see the end. He proposed to explore. He bent down and passed under. The narrow way descended gradually. He followed its wandering course with Huck at his heels. Tom suddenly turned a short cave and exclaimed, "Good heaven, Huck, look there! It's what I did. I teach you a box. A cow playing a little cave. Near it were a couple of guns, a little case, and empty powder barrel. 2 all there, pair of oboes, a little bell, and some other rabbit." "We got it at last," said Huck, digging among the coin with his hands. "We are rich, Tom. Huck is too good to believe. Let me see it. I can lift it." The box weighed about 50 pounds. Tom could lift it it in a work fiction, but he could not carry it conveniently. I do so, he said. It seemed heavy that day to carry it house in house. It is a good thing that the boat the bag. The money was soon in the bag, and the boy took it up to the cross dock. Now let's fetch the gun and things, said Huck. No, Huck, leave them there. They are just the thing to have when we go robbing. We'll keep them there all the time and hold out meeting there too. They soon came out into the brush and lunched and smoked in the boat. Tom rowed back in the long twilight, and they ran a little after that. Now, Huck, said Tom, we all hide the money in the window. Woods and I all come up in the morning and we'll count and divide. Then we'll hunt for safe hiding place for it in the wood. Stay her while up. I borrow Benny Taylor handcuffs. I won't be a minute. He disappeared and busily returned with the handcuffs. They put the small sack into it and started danking the lot behind them. When they reached the Wellman's house, they stopped to rest. Just as they were about to move on, the Wellman stepped out and said, Hello, who's that? Huck and Tom Sawyer. Good. Come along with me, boys. You are keeping everybody waiting. I'll pour the cash for you. Why, it's very heavy. What have you got in it? Brick or the metal? Oh, metal, said Tom. The boy wanted to know why they had to hurry. Never mind. You'll see when we get to the window darkness. Mr. Joe left the cash near a door, and Huck and Tom found themselves put into Mr. Douglas' sitting room. The place was very light and everything body that was of any importance in the village was there. The window greeted them peacefully, but Aunt Polly blushed with charm at their dirty condition and shook their heads at Tom. I met them right at my door, and so I just brought them along in hurry, said Mr. Jones. And you did right, said the window. Come with me, boys. They took them to a bedroom and said, Now what undress yourself? Here are 2 new suits, of course, shirt, shorts, everything. They are Huck. No thanks. Huck, Mr. Jones bought one and I bought the other. But they are fit both of you. Put them on. Well, White, come down when you took respectable. And she left. Sit up here. Tom and Auntie had been waiting for you at the afternoon. Why are all those people there? Asked Tom. It's one of the parties that the window is away having. This time it's for the Wellman and his sons. By saving her the other night. Some minutes later, the window's guests, including a dozen children, were at a supper table. At the proper time, Mr. Jones made his little speech. He thanked the window for the honor she was doing him and his sons, but said that there was another person who has played an important part in saving her. He then revealed the secrets about Huck's share in the adventure. The window heaped thanks and praise upon Huck, who already suffering from the discomfort of his new coat and now to suffer a greater discomfort, the guests and applause of everyone. The window says that his house was now Huck's home, that she meant to have him educate, and that when she could spare the money she would start him in business in a modest way. Tom Chen had come. He said, Huck doesn't need it. He read. The silence was a little awkward. Tom broken it. Huck got lots of money. Of you needn't mind. I can show you. Just wait a minute. Tom ran outside. The guests looked at each other, plus and inquiringly at Huck, who was tongue-tied. Tom entered staggering with his sack. He poured the mite of yellow corn upon the table and said, "There! What did I tell you? Half of it is Huck, and half mine." The speck took everyone bit away. Then there was a call for an expansion. Tom provided it, and there was scarcely an interruption from anyone to breathe, to charm on his foe. The money was conned. The sum amounted to a little over $12,000. It was more than anyone present had ever seen before at one time. Though several persons were there who were worth considerably more than that in property.